Hi, friends. Welcome to movie 22 of Disney Plus movie reviews. Today, I am talking about a movie called The BFG, The Big Friendly Giant. This movie came out in 2016. In case you're wondering, this is my couch because I didn't want to get up. So I'm sitting on the couch instead of moving to the other room. So yeah, I feel like that was accurate. Daniel is standing over there behind the computer playing the Wii.
Lies.
So if you hear a weird voice, it's Daniel hiding behind the computer like a goblin. He didn't like that. Okay, so Big Friendly Giant, the BFG. I'd never seen this movie. Spoiler-free version, there's a giant, but he's small compared to the other giants. And he has a singular friend in the world. Also, the queen is there. And some nets. The end. Yep. So, slightly more in detail, the BFG kidnaps this little girl named Sophie. He kidnaps her from an orphanage because she has insomnia and she sees him at night when he's passing out dreams, I'm not passing out dreams, I think, because that's kind of his thing. Sorry, this is a little crooked. There we go. So he takes her, and she's very not thrilled to be kidnapped, but she's not happy in the orphanage. Both of her parents died when she was young. Then she finds out that he is like the runt of the giants, and he doesn't eat her, but the other giants have a diet of what they call beans, which are people. So they would eat her if they found her. He takes Sophie to collect some dreams. They jump into this lake because there's a tree at night and then a lake, and the tree is reflected and it has all these sparkly lights floating around it. So they jump into the lake, and then that's where you collect dreams. So they're not in water, but also they jumped into a lake. So that was pretty cool. They collect dreams. She's so small compared to him, and then he's kind of small compared to the giants. Like the cars and trucks next to the giants look like toy, like Tonka cars, like the plastic ones that you play with when you're 3. Like that size. Yeah, Daniel not in agreement. So Sophie ends up coming up with a really good plan that she and the BFG are going to go to the queen, get the queen to use her resources to go capture all of the terrible giants and send them away. And it works. It's pretty amazing. So they make a dream that tells the queen what's happening. So it's kind of a nightmare. But then Sophie will be sitting in the window in the dream, at the end of the dream. And then when the queen wakes up, Sophie will actually be there. And she'll be like, yeah, this is real. This is what's happening. So they do that. And you see the queen's 2 little corgis a few times. They're cute. And the queen's assistant lady, who I think is named Martha. She was nice. And then this security guy. He was fun. So the queen is like, push back the curtains, and Sophie's there. And the lady's like, how'd you get there? Lady meaning the queen. And Sophie's like, I think you know if the dream mixing went well. And the queen's like, yes, I do. But while the queen is talking to Sophie, the guard guy calls the security guard people in black and red to the garden where the giant, the BFG, is supposed to be. And he is. So Sophie calls him, and he has really, really good hearing. So she basically just has to whisper for him to hear her. His ears are big, and he's a giant. So he doesn't want to come out, but eventually he does. And the people all have their guns aimed at him. He's scared. But the queen's like, have him stand down. So the guy tells him, stand down, and they do. And he comes inside. He gives him this drink that he likes where it fizzes and the bubbles go down. And instead of making you burp, it makes you poot green. It's an aggressive poot-causing beverage. But the BFG gives it to the queen and to Martha and probably not the security guy, but all these generals that the queen had called in. Yes, security guy? No security guard. And like 3 corgis. And then it shows all of their faces when they feel the gas coming. And the corgis got big eyes. It was funny. I rewound that part and watched it again. This movie is 1 hour and 57 minutes long. It's pretty long, but it's not like Avatar where you feel like it's never going to end. You're kind of going somewhere. I mean, it could have ended earlier, definitely, but it is based on a book. So, there we go. It's based on a book, so I get that they wanted to cover all that material. They could have split it, but nobody would have watched 2, probably, because why would you when you could put it in 1? So, Queen sends her helicopters out to the giants. They capture all the giants in nets, and they drop them on a small island. Like, it's not a very big place. It's kind of like when Moana goes up where the rock stack, the stack thing is, and she puts her seashell on top. It's kind of like that up part and a little bit of land at the bottom. And that's all they have. And they drop them some, I want to say snozberry, but that might not be right. Do you remember?
Nope.
Daniel doesn't remember either. I'm going to go with the giants don't. So they just dropped a bunch of those cucumbery things on them and gave them a box, like a big crate of seeds, but that's all they get to have. Do you want your opinion or do you want me to quote you? I'm going to quote Daniel. Okay. Daniel said, quote, I just didn't know what the point of it was. The animation was fun. I think the concept was better than what the movie ended up being. It worked out. Oh, a good thing. The lady whose name I think is Martha, the Queen's assistant, adopts Sophie because Sophie wanted a home. The giant knew from her dreams that that's what she wanted was parents and family who loved her. Like, it's in the orphanage, she's not happy. So she gets adopted and she lives in the Queen's palace with her new mom and the Queen and the corgis and that security guy. So she has a good life. And she can whisper to the BFG whenever she wants. And he hears her. So at the end, she whispers, good morning, BFG. And he hears her. Also, the Giant's workshop is really cool. It has a bunch of dreams. And he used to have another kid. He had a little boy, but the Giants ate him. And he's sad about that. Me too. I'm also sad about that. I liked the rest of the movie other than the kidnapping. I gave it a 7.65 because it felt better than a 7 because 7 just feels like a little above average, but an 8 feels like top tier movie. So it's a 7.65. So I liked it. I would happily watch it again. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Just make sure you have 2 hours to commit to it because it takes a while. So that was movie 22, the BFG. Thank you for watching.